The Washington Redskins, 4-4, were able to overcome all odds Sunday afternoon en route to a much-needed win over the Seattle Seahawks, 5-3. Washington, playing without four members of their starting offensive line, was able to score late after Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson drove Seattle 71 yards down the field on 5 plays and scored a go-ahead touchdown with 1:34 left in regulation. The Redskins have been playing the past few weeks with a good portion of their lineup appearing on the injury report. This week the report had 21 players, including 6 starters, on it, and that's not counting the players with carryover injuries from weeks before. Included in that report were starting guards Brandon Scherff and Sean Lauvau, center Spencer Long, all-pro tackle Trent Williams and his backup Tyne Sect. None of them played a single down for the Redskins Sunday afternoon. The final drive for the Redskins only took 35 seconds to go 4 plays for 70 yards, capped off by a 1-yard run by Rob Kelly. After tossing his first pass for an incompletion, Cousins was able to connect with receiver Brian Quick, who dressed for the first time this season because Jamison Crowder was out, on a 31-yard play. After the play to Quick, it was 1st and 10 at the Seattle 39-yard line. Cousins took the snap, turned to his left, and tossed the ball to receiver Josh Doctson, who had to dive to make the catch. Doctson wasn't originally touched by a Seattle player until he rolled inside the 1-yard line, and then defensive back Bradley McDougald put a hand on him. After a brief instant replay by the officials, the call on the field was upheld and Washington, in turn, punched it in on the next play from the one with Kelly. The Redskins are so thin on their roster that rookie linebacker Ryan Anderson played fullback on both of Kelly's touchdowns on the day. Seahawks kicker Blair Walsh missed 3 kicks inside of 50 yards in the first half, after entering the game 12 of 13 on the season. Coming into the fourth quarter, this was a 10-2 defensive masterpiece. Washington's defense should be credited with a good portion of this victory as they kept the Seattle offense in check that put up over 500 yards in total yards last week. Wilson, who finished 24 of 45 for 297 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, had not had a good game coming into the final quarter, for the most part, turning it over at crucial situations. The Seahawks were able to play good enough defense most of the day to keep the Redskins close. Cousins was 21 of 31 for 247 yards and no touchdowns or interceptions on the day. The come-from-behind win was the 11th of his career and his 40th career start. With the win, the Redskins extended their regular season winning streak in Seattle, one of the toughest places to play in the NFL, to 4 games dating back to 2002. Washington will play host to the Minnesota Vikings next week at FedEx Field.